He's a seasoned online marketing strategist who loves writing biographies in the third person and has a strong passion for helping take top producers to the next level. I'm delighted to welcome and have a conversation with Andrew Fogliato of Just Sell Homes on Small Talk. I'm your host, Javed Khan. Andrew Fogliato of Just Sell Homes, welcome to Small Talk.
Thanks for having me, Javed.
Andrew, exciting conversation today because we're talking about a concept that you mentioned before we went to record. This is a concept for people who are watching this particular segment may be interested in only for the reason that they're lazy or they don't want to put themselves out there or they just don't know how to find enough content that they believe is going to build attraction. So you talk about this concept called direct response marketing. Share with us what that means.
So basically direct response marketing, and it's right there in the name, it's getting that direct response from somebody interested in your services or product right away. So you're putting money out, you're creating an ad, and right away someone sees it, they're going to respond to it. And it's been around forever. The internet's made it a lot easier, a lot more effective, but I mean, you've seen this in ads probably, 80s, 90s, where it's like, call this 1-800 number to get this piece. That's a direct response ad. You're just getting people as soon as they see it to take a direct response about something.
So when someone is doing these direct response ads or they are thinking of this concept of direct response marketing, what are some of the insights and certainly pitfalls that we need to be aware of before we actually put some investment of dollars into this?
So the first thing is to understand when you're doing a direct response ad that the second you stop putting money into ads, your ads are done. You're not bringing in additional leads. When you do content marketing and branding, that can bring things in long term. And that's why I really like branding side, but on the direct response side, it's just money in, money out. So you're going to put the money in now, you're going to be optimizing it, and you're going to see that kind of direct return right away in theory, if you're doing it well. But you have to be able to measure it and kind of go exactly with that. But the second you turn off the ads or you stop promoting whatever that offer is, you're not getting any more leads anymore. There's that odd one that might trickle in, but it's basically you're going to be completely shutting off the tap the second you put money. Whereas there's other methods like branding where, you put money in now, you don't maybe not see anything for 6 months and then it starts coming in. Direct response is immediate.
Right. So one of the advantages here, and certainly one of the positives for direct response marketing perhaps, is that you can and may see immediate results. But is that dependent on what you're offering? Is it dependent on the investment of dollars? Share with us some dependencies there, because some people may be watching this saying, hey, okay, I'm gonna stop doing my content marketing stuff and I'm gonna start doing this direct response marketing stuff because I will be able to get some immediate results. Share with us your thoughts on that.
It depends on your industry a bit too. We do a lot with real estate agents as an example. And for them, the average online lead is 12 to 18 months away from buying or selling. So the direct response gets you those inquiries, but now you have to have a really good follow-up plan in place that's going to go. You'll get people looking to move in the next 30 days, which is great. But you still have to have a follow-up plan in place for a long term to follow up with those. Whereas if you're doing something where they can buy it online or buy right away and lower ticket things especially, you can start seeing things coming back right away. But you have to really know your numbers, because you have to look at, okay, it's going to cost me $8 a lead for this $15 shirt, but then there's going to be, I have a cost of landing of getting that shirt to the person of, another $6. How much profit does that actually leave me? So you have to be really, really tight on knowing your numbers and exactly which piece affects it and driving those costs down as much as you can. So it really does depend on your industry in terms of, are you going to get that direct ROI? The more you can go straight to a sale, it's pretty much you start running the ads, and depending on how much money you're putting in, you can start seeing results right away. But if you're in real estate or you're doing mortgages or something like that, it's not going to be that immediate. You pick up the phone, you're doing a deal that night, most likely. It's more going to be you've started that relationship now, but you're getting that response directly.
So interesting point here, folks. It is dependent on the industry, but also it sounds like here, Andrew, it's also dependent on, if you're in the products or services worlds. If you've got a product, that's pretty straightforward. You've got a product to sell and away you go. But if you're in the services world, that may be a little different story. And it was interesting you were talking about, a lot of these, you've got to consider certain factors in terms of how much dollars you're going to put in, the time spent. So there's quite a bit of intricacies here in terms of direct response marketing than just, putting some money into a social channel and just waiting for, as they say, the floodgates to open up.
Yeah, like the big one is like especially like your copy, like the text you're putting in your ads has to be like very on point, very well researched. Like you have to know like what's driving your people. Is it a fear of loss or is it towards a goal? Like what is that exact kind of piece of motivation that you're going to have to trigger to get someone to actually buy? So whereas content, if you just keep creating content and like you have a pretty good idea, yeah, like it's better if you know your people just as well. But the more content you create, some things hit and you're building that rapport. But direct response, you just have that moment that they see the ad. So you have to know the right hook to get them to stick to the ad. You have to know the right image that gets them to stop on it. You have to know exactly how to kind of play on whether it's their wants or needs or fears or aspirations. And then you have to then have that go and have a very easy flow to get them to, like, whether it's check out or just fill out a form to talk to you. But you have to have like each single piece so well dialed in.
Folks, we've got Andrew Fogliato, Just Sell Homes. He has been sharing with us some insights about direct response marketing. If you are listening to the podcast version, Andrew's information is in the session description. Certainly, if you're watching the video portion, the video show, his contact information is on screen. Please continue this conversation with Andrew. There's certainly, I'm sure, questions that have been triggered as you're watching this conversation that you need to ask of Andrew. His contact information is there. That's the idea here of these shows, is to continue the conversations with our guests. Now, Andrew, I've got a question for you, my friend. If you had an opportunity to have a small talk conversation with anyone, living or past, who would it be?
The real question is, how long do I have with them? Are we talking like a 5-minute small talk, or do I get like a dinner?
You get, let's say, about a 10-minute small talk, and then that could perhaps extend to a bigger one, depending on how the conversation goes.
Well, it's hard to say because I'm a history nerd. So when I look at history, I mean, you got the obvious ones like Churchill, Lincoln. I mean, you go contemporary, like Obama would be super interesting to see his insight on stuff. But then I'm also a big basketball guy, so I'd love to sit down with Michael Jordan. I have so many questions about so much of what he's done. So if I had to pick just like a small 5 to 10, I think Michael Jordan might be it. If I had more time, it would be someone like Churchill or Lincoln, I think.
So which one is it for the small one?
I'd probably go Michael Jordan.
Nice. Michael Jordan. Awesome. And then the longer one?
It'd either be Churchill or Lincoln.
Amazing. Those are some good talks. Awesome. Andrew, thank you very much for coming here on Small Talk. Really appreciate the conversation.
Thanks for having me, Javid. Appreciate it.
Thank you to Andrew Fogliato of Just Sell Homes for joining me on Small Talk. You can also listen to the show as part of our podcast series. Now it's your turn. Please comment, subscribe, and share. If you've got a topic you'd like to discuss on the show, please give me a call or send me an email. We'll talk with you next time.